We just opened something super nice. It's a shame that we're going to have to pass a million great cards for our deck here. Grasp of Darkness is excellent. Another Turn to Slag would be great. Necrogen Scudder would be fine. Yeah, Rusted Relic might make the cut. This pack is so stacked, I'm almost certain we'll get something we like back. But yeah, Molten Tail Masticore. Sadly went down a little bit in price, but still a solid pick in here for us. And again, this will be another good late finisher for us. And yep, there's not much more to say about that card. Alright, this pack is much less interesting than our last pack. There's a Revoke Existence. I mean, is the best card in here. I could take Saberclaw Column, but again, we're very top-heavy here. But then again, there's not a ton else I would want. Actually, maybe I'll just take the Darksteel Axe. He'll be fine with our Gavalier. And maybe we'll pick up another Gavalier. I could also take the Copper Mirror. In fact, I think I'll take the Copper Mirror here. I kind of want to help us work on Metalcraft. It'll help us activate our Walls ability. It's not a terrible card. I'll take it. Alright, this pack. So, I haven't tried much playing Glint Hawk Idol in non-white. Obviously it's a great card, but we're not in white, so, it's not nearly as good. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 artifacts. So I don't think we could activate it consistently enough. Flameborn Hellion, we've got enough high-end card beaters. I think this card is better than people think, but still, yeah, we've got enough high-end dudes right now. We just need some mid-range and early stuff to drop here. I'll take another Panic Spellbomb. What the heck? Alright. Another dead pack, other than Scudder, who is very good for us here. Scudder, in one of the drafts that I ended up not posting, but I talked about a lot, 3/3 flyers are just so amazing in this format. Like, the 2/2 flyer deck is pretty good, but it's only good up to the point where your opponent drops their first 3/3 flyer, and then it's pretty much game over for you, unless you've got some sort of finisher. Anyway, so yes, I mean, this guy just blocks, Glint Hawks all day, which is just awesome. And, can trade with their Sky Eels if you have to, or whatever. Blocks Lumen Grid Break. Just such a good card, and the downside is pretty negligible. Anyway, but here in this pack, I'll take the Fume Spitter. Just quality card. Wow, that is a late Plague Stinger. Yeah, so I'm wondering if, we just had all those packs Lightning Infect, must have just really turned people off to it. Nothing really for us in this pack, though. I guess I will hate the Plague Stinger. This pack also doesn't really have anything for us other than maybe a Strider Harness. We have 16 creatures, if we keep all of our creatures right now. That is including Darksteel Mirror, which I probably won't play. I think I'd play just about everything else. I guess I'll take the third piece of equipment, but we're not going to see any more Gavaliers, so I'll just take it. I don't know if I'll play it. Chrome Steed seems fine. We'll see if we end up with enough artifacts to make it good. Bullshock Replica is a pretty nice gift this late here. Heartstoker or Saberclaw? I guess I'll take the Heartstoker. Nothing for us in this pack. Sure, let's take Rebirth. Definitely not playing it, though. Withstand Death can be annoying. Molder Beast can be annoying. I don't like Ferivore at all. So we ended up very removal light. Oh, there's a Hellion. Guess we could play one after all if we really wanted. So we ended up a little removal light for what I like in the in this deck. Um, but, you know, Skin Render's a really good piece of removal. Scrap Melter's good. Fume Spitter's fine. I guess we're not too light. Then we have the Turn to Slag. That's really what I'm worried about, is like the late game, if they drop some big bomby creature, we want to have some way of dealing with it. And right now it's just the Turn to Slag. But we did also, I mean, if it's like a Steel Hellkite, we do have the Shatter for it as well. So we do have some outs to some things. Alright, so that, Shatter for sure. Playing one Gavalier, maybe. I may cut it, you know, because I don't necessarily want to run all of that equipment we picked up. I think I will actually play the Moriok Reaver. I think it fit into our curve pretty well. I'll have to take a look again. But it's not a terrible card. Skin Render, Bleak Coven Vampires. Try to play the Chrome Steed, we'll see. Play both our replicas. Play our wall. Perilous Near is good. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of removal for little dudes, but not enough for big ones. I'm not sure how many Panic Spell Bombs I want to play. Let's see how many artifacts that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 artifacts. Chrome Steed is the really the only thing that really wants artifacts. I mean, Bleak Coven Vampires is awesome if you do get its trigger. You know, it's just a huge life swing. Plus, you've got a 4/3 on the table, but you don't have to hit it for it still to be a fine card. So I said there's 12, and I'm at 23 with such a high curve. Even with my mirror, I don't want to. With my mirror, I don't want to go with only 14 land. Go with only 16 land. I definitely need 17 land here, I think. Especially if I want to try to hit this triple red on Phoenix. The mana is a little awkward up here because we've got a couple triple black and a double red, or a couple double black and then a double red and a triple red. But I don't think it'll be too bad. But we definitely want to run 17 land. Which means I think Chrome Steed, I think I'll leave it in because I don't really have any other creatures that I would want to put in for it around that 4-drop slot. And I'd like having 17 creatures in this deck. There's really no other artifacts. You know, I might consider almost playing Darksteel Mirror. I don't think it's horrible, but Strider Harness I don't think is worth it in our deck. What do we have to pump the Gavalier? We just have a Quarter Shield. That is kind of bad. So if I cut Gavalier and put in Darksteel Mirror, what does that do for me? That lets me stall a little longer, makes me slightly less aggressive. But I mean, unless I have Gavalier, a Quarter Shield, it's not really good. Maybe I'm okay with that. I'm going to try it. I haven't played with Darksteel Mirror much. I know people don't like that card, but I've watched some drafts and I've seen it be pretty good. So I'm willing to give it a try myself, and we'll see how it plays. I mean, it stinks in... You know, we were going for a little more of an aggressive deck, but actually with this deck, I don't know, we've got a lot of good, you know, 5-cost creatures, basically 4 and 5-cost creatures. And I think that's really what we're going to want this deck to do, is just kind of hit it home with 4 and 5-cost creatures. And then also, obviously, that gives us another artifact, so it makes our Chrome Steed a little better. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I'm not super happy with this deck, but I think it's got enough action in it that it'll be fairly competitive. So let's add some land. We do have 2 Iron Mirror, so that's worth keeping in mind here. 9/8 black. I mean, I guess I do have more black cards than red, but obviously that's not going to fly if we want to hit our Phoenix. Maybe I would do 8, 9. Favor of red. Because there are the 2 double black spells. But I definitely want to hit the triple red for the Cadelph Phoenix. And even with 2 Iron Mirror, Mirror aren't always so reliable for color fixing. But I think... Because that's really like 8-11, which then makes me think that maybe it was correct. Okay, so I think I decided to go ahead and stay with the 8, 9, I think. Yeah, I'm going to stick with 8, 9. Maybe that's not right. But we only need to hit double black, so that's not too huge an issue. Alright, so we'll see how this deck goes. It's a little interesting, but we did get a couple of big bombs, so we could do alright here.